हरे कृष्णा, राधे राधे एवरीवन। आई होप ऑल ऑफ यू आर डूइंग वेल। आज हम श्लोक नंबर 31 डिस्कस करने वाले हैं। लास्ट हमने डिस्कस किया था श्लोक नंबर 30, जहाँ पे वी हैड डिस्कस्ड कि कैसे अर्जुना फील्स एक्सट्रीमली एंग्शियस एंड ही थिंक्स दैट किलिंग हिज रिलेटिव्स एंड हिज फैमिली फॉर justice is not going to bring him any sort of happiness and that he's going to be sad. So now let's see what he discusses in the next shloka, where he goes like Nacha shreyo nupasyami hatva svajanam ahave na kanse vijayam krishna nacha rajyam sukhanecha, where he says, हे कृष्ण, इस युद्ध में अपने ही स्वजनों का वध करने से न तो मुझे कोई अच्छाई दिखती है और न मैं उससे किसी प्रकार की विजय, राज्य या सुख की इच्छा रखता हूँ। यह जाने बिना कि मनुष्य का स्वार्थ विष्णु या कृष्ण में है, सारे बुद्धि जीव शारीरिक संबंधों के प्रति यह सोचकर आकर्षित होते हैं कि वे ऐसी परिस्थितियों में प्रसन्न होंगे। ऐसी देहात्म बुद्धि के कारण वे भौतिक सुख के कारणों को भी भूल जाते हैं। अर्जुन तो क्षत्रिय का नैतिक धर्म भी भूल गया था। कहा जाता है कि दो प्रकार के मनुष्य परम शक्तिशाली तथा जाज्वल्यमान सूर्यमंडल में प्रवेश करने के योग्य होते हैं। ये है, एक तो क्षत्रिय जो कृष्ण की आज्ञा से युद्ध में मरता है तथा दूसरा सन्यासी जो आध्यात्मिक अनुशीलन में लगा रहता है। अर्जुन अपने शत्रुओं को भी मारने से विमुख हो रहा है। अपने संबंधियों की बात तो छोड़ दे, वह सोचता है कि स्वजनों को मारने से उसे जीवन में सुख नहीं मिल सकेगा, अतः वह लड़ने के लिए इच्छुक नहीं है। जिस प्रकार की भूख न लगने पर कोई भोजन बनाने को तैयार नहीं होता, उसने तो वन जाने का निश्चय कर लिया है, जहां वह एकांत से निराशपूर्ण जीवन काट सके। किंतु क्षत्रिय होने के नाते उसे अपने जीवन निर्वाह के लिए राज्य चाहिए, क्योंकि क्षत्रिय कोई अन्य कार्य नहीं कर सकता। किंतु अर्जुन के पास राज्य कहाँ है? उसके लिए तो राज्य प्राप्त करने का एकमात्र अवसर है, और जो कि अपने बंधु बांधवों से लड़कर अपने पिता के राज्य का उत्तराधिकारी प्राप्त करे, जिसे वह करना नहीं चाह रहा है। इसलिए वह अपने को जंगल में एकांतवास करके निराशा का एकांत जीवन बिताने के योग्य समझता है। So here in the first part of shloka number 31, it is actually a very big shloka, so we will put it in halves and we'll try to understand that. So today we'll do the first half of the shloka. So here Arjun says that he cannot see how killing his own people will bring any good, right? He is seeing that it will only bring destruction and sadness. Then he also says that nor does he desire any victory or kingdom or happiness in his life. He is ready to sacrifice everything for the sake of his family and to not cause any sin. So what happens is, Arjuna's actual self-interest is in Sri Krishna, that is the Supreme Lord. So most of the souls are in delusion who haven't yet realized or found the real happiness. They are the ones who get attached to bodily relations too deeply. So Krishna is actually the cause of causes, even materialistic happiness. So whatever materialistic happiness comes to us, it comes through Krishna's mercy and through Krishna's permission. So Arjuna, being a Kshatriya, had to follow some of his duties, that is his dharma, whereas he was scared if he should really move ahead with killing so many people who he considered as his own. Now, two types of people attain access to the solar system. The first one is one who becomes a Kshatriya and who can sacrifice his life in the war by the order of Sri Krishna. And the second one is the spiritually devoted person who is more like a sannyasi who is deep into spiritual growth. Now, Arjuna, being a Kshatriya, he is scared to kill his own enemies also, let alone the relatives that he has to fight. So, being scared that killing noblemen won't give him happiness, so he's actually very disinterested to fight. Like, you cannot eat if you're not hungry. So, Arjuna was ready to take sannyas, sabbatical, which which would be like giving up his material life for the sake of not causing a destruction. And he, being a Kshatriya, needed his kingdom to follow his duties. Now, this is the dilemma that he's standing in between. Number one is following his duties, his dharma, and number two, taking a sabbatical and leaving, running out of the situation. But he didn't have any choice to gain back his kingdom but to fight. So he had to fight against his own people to gain back his own kingdom, to gain back his own strength, and to gain back his own power. Now, he didn't feel like fighting against his own people. So that is why he feels that giving up on material life and living a life in forest, sadly, taking a sabbatical, was better than causing pain to so many people, and specifically to many people who he considered his very own. So here, what do we learn today is extremely simple. Life brings all of us in a position where we have, it's like a crossroad where we have a road that's a little easier and a road that's a little tougher. Knowing that the tougher road is most of the times the right road, and the easier road is the road that makes us run away from our duties, our dharma. So, always knowing that choosing the right road is upon us. Yes, it can so happen that fear, doubt, uncertainty, anxiousness can come in that situation, but knowing that whatever will happen out for good if we follow the road suggested by Sri Krishna, if we follow the road suggested by our inner voice. And that is what Arjuna knew, that yes, I know that this is my dharma, yet I'm scared and I need courage to be able to fight. And this is where Sri Krishna comes in, helps him gain the courage and the wisdom to be able to understand why Mahabharata had to happen, so that justice could also prevail. So that is the major reason that Mahabharata happened. A lot of people say that Mahabharata happened because of a revenge that Draupadi wanted to take and all of that, but no, it was not that. Because the law of order, the system was corrupted, or it was corrupt for like a long time, there needed to be destruction to bring that law of order again. That is why Mahabharata had to happen. So, to bring back justice, to bring back balance in the justice system and the law of order, Mahabharata had to happen. Okay, so enough of today's learning. I hope all of you are enjoying. If you are, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Share it with your loved ones so that they can learn at the same time. And don't forget to hit the like button. I'm seeing that a lot of you are watching my videos, but you forget to hit the like button. Please go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button. That will help me a lot. Until then, Take care of yourself. I'll see you next in my video where we'll be discussing the second part of Shloka 31. Till then, Hare Krishna, Radhe Radhe.